Are you a Kamloops snowmobiler? Or maybe you're looking to ride your machine in the Kamloops area? Or maybe you're looking at getting into snowmobiling altogether. I'm a passionate backcountry rider, and I'm going to share with you everything you should know about riding in the Kamloops area, starting right now. Hey everybody and welcome. My name is Pereira. I'm a licensed realtor of 25 years living in beautiful Kamloops, British Columbia. And if you saw the intro, you'll know that I am a passionate backcountry snowmobiler, and I've been doing it for just over 10 years. Now in this video, we're going to discuss the different riding areas for different skill levels, and that you should become a member of the Kamloops Snowmobile Association. Okay, let's get started with the basics. Safety. This sport can kill you if you are unprepared. You cannot just buy a snowmobile and go out into the wilderness and sled and think that you're going to be okay. It is a buddy system sport, and I've always believed that it's more than two people sledding together, because you can get into problems where you will get separated and can't help each other. Radios are essential so you can communicate with each other, and I don't mean the kind you put in your bag, but the kind you put on your pack. You need essential survival supplies and a way to start a fire in the backcountry if you have to spend the night in the snow. And you should have some way to communicate by way of satellite to get help, and there are a lot of products out there that can help you in that area. Now, I'm not going to cover every safety topic in this video, but if you go out into the backcountry, you should be going out with somebody who's already experienced in backcountry snowmobiling, has all the safety gear, and will help you get all the safety gear you need to get before you go out there. Going out with a really old sled into an area you don't understand or really don't know with people who are not experienced is a sure way to find yourself overnight in the snow with no way for anyone to know where you are. So please, please, please research all of the data and information on snowmobiling and snowmobiling safety before you venture out. Now, as I said before, the Kamloops Snowmobile Association is an excellent club who has got plenty of members who are super experienced, who would be happy to mentor new riders into this fantastic and somewhat expensive sport. But if you don't go out with somebody who knows what they're doing, the experience can be unpleasant and downright deadly. And if someone can show you the ropes, reach out to club members, and they can take you to, Porcupine, which is a great, sort of flatter meadow area that's a lot safer with cabins, and you can get experienced in areas that aren't too extreme, and then you can get an idea of, what it's like to get a machine unstuck and all the different techniques on getting your snowmobile unstuck, because you will get stuck, and later on that'll be part of the fun. Now here's where I strongly encourage you to join the Kamloops Snowmobile Association, because it does so much for the community of snowmobiling and for safety and training of its members. And basically, if you get into the sport, you need a guide, you need somebody to help you, you need somebody to show you the ropes, and joining the club is inexpensive, and you get to use their snowmobile trails at Porcupine Tranquil Meadows, which is fantastic, especially for people starting out. Now on their website, which you can Google, you'll find that they provide some limited information on all the areas that the club sort of operates in terms of sledding areas that are popular with Kamloops riders. And we'll start with Tranquil Porcupine Meadows, and that is an area that's above Bachelor Hills. It's sort of the club's home turf, and it's a great area for beginners and those working their way up to intermediate skill levels. There's a lot of meadows, and it's fairly safe because there's so many cabins that you can get warmed up in, and it's a good family area. So that would be my number one choice for those starting out and those wanting to have some fun with their families. Number two is Todd Mountain, also known as Sun Peak Ski Resort, and this is a great hill for junior and intermediate sledders, because there's a good trail system, it's marked well, and there's a lot of great terrain, whether it be meadows or cut block climbs on the backside of Sun Peaks. Now, bear in mind that this is a ski resort, so you have to follow their rules, and make sure you park in the right areas. And some of that information is on the club website. But it's a great area for beginning to intermediate riders who are looking to improve their skill levels, and there are some shelters in place for you to get warm. Number 3 is Crowfoot Mountain and Grizzly. This area belongs to the Crowfoot Mountain Snowmobile Club, and there is a trail fee of $25 to access this area from the parking lot, and they do groom the trail up to the main cabin. This is an area that is not really for beginners, and there aren't a lot of, sort of easy meadows, and it does frequently have fog as well. So check out Crowfoot Mountain, but be careful. You definitely want to be at least an intermediate to skilled rider for this area, and you do want to use GPS tracking while riding in the Crowfoot area because fog is frequent, and when it comes, it can be super thick, and you might have difficulty figuring out where it is that you came from. So be careful in this area. The 4th area is the Dun Peak mountain range near Clearwater, and there are several riding areas in and around Dun Peak itself. Some of them are called Harp, Green, Foghorn, and Granite. But this area is part of the Clearwater Snowmobile Club, and it is very, very remote, and you should be an advanced rider to ride in this area, and you should have someone guide you into the area for the first time because it can be a difficult area to access and know where to go, and there are a fair number of hazards if you don't know where you're going. There are several shelters on the various mountains in this area, but again, get someone to guide you into that area so that you have a chance if things go bad and you need a place to shelter. The 5th and last area I want to recommend is Raft Mountain near Clearwater, and this is part of the Clearwater Snowdrifters Snowmobile Club, their area, and they administer this and they take care of it overall, and it would be a good idea to be a member of their club to go into the raft areas as well as Dun Peak areas, though Dun Peak is sort of an overlapping area for both clubs. Raft is got a little bit of something for everyone, but I wouldn't say it's really a beginner mountain. There is a lot of complex and very challenging slopes, but there is a shelter there and it's a beautiful place. And I would suggest too that you go contact a member of the Clearwater Snowdrifters before you go up there and get someone to guide you as to where the cabins are and get a general feel for the mountain before you head up there alone. Now, when I say alone, that is never a good idea with snowmobiling. So I want to stress to you again, do not go snowmobiling ever alone. And if you do go with somebody else, make sure they are skilled at snowmobiling and have all the safety gear as well. I'm a big believer that you shouldn't sled in any groups smaller than 3, especially for backcountry sledding, because again, you can get separated and not be able to get to each other to help each other out in a bad situation. And that third set of eyes can make all the difference. Again, you want to get all the safety gear, an avalanche beacon, and use radios so you can communicate with everybody else in your group, and keep an eye on each other. Bad things can happen so fast. You can end up in a creek, you can end up in a small slide, in a big slide, and if people aren't checking on where everybody is and when the last time they saw them and where they might be, it's a sport where you have to be careful, but you have to rely on the very people you're riding with. So I can't stress the safety aspect of sledding more than that, because you can find yourself dead so fast in this sport if you're not careful and you don't take the steps to learn the sport and get all the safety gear and how to use it. So again, become a member of any club and learn the sport before you go out and do the more difficult, gnarly backcountry stuff that you see in some videos. I hope this video did a good job of giving you a high-level overview of snowmobiling in the Kamloops area and the surrounding mountains, and the importance of joining a snowmobile club close to you. Now, if you get stuck and you need some help in terms of terrain, or you need to know who you should contact, please reach out in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you and help you out. And if you're selling real estate or buying real estate or need help in the real estate department, I love working with fellow sledders because we have the same sort of demented sense of humor. It's hard to describe. It's a real brotherhood out there, even if you're a female rider. So please reach out in the show notes below or at the end of this video with my contact information. And I hope to see you under safe circumstances out there on the mountains. Take care of yourself and take care of those you're riding with. Thanks for watching.